Oh, it's definitely a prime game. The Boston Red Sox are on the road here, so guaranteed the 9 at-bats in the spot. That's huge. And they should be able to do some damage off Jordan Lyles, who just simply has not been that good this season. As you were saying, the Royals haven't won when he's been on the mound, and he hasn't won as an individual either. He's 3-15 this season with a 6.51 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP. His walk rate and home run rate is just through the roof. It's too high for comfort to bet on the Royals in this spot. We were also talking during the break. It's the Boston Red Sox, right? They surprise us. Some nights they play down to bad competition. This could be one of those nights, but the numbers favor Boston so much here. It's hard to bet that trend and say that they're going to play down to the Royals here. I don't think they are with the pitching matchup they have. James Paxton's on the mound. He's been one of their best guys. Has not been great as of late, but still a guy that I trust on the mound against the Kansas City Royals here. 7-4 with a WHIP, a 1.26, and then an ERA right around 4. He has performed pretty well this season overall, so I'm going to fade what he's done lately and hope that he can come out and shove against the Kansas City Royals. Bottom line here, too, the Red Sox have a much better offense. They're hitting 25 points higher as a team. They've hit 31 more homers. And this is a series where they can get back on track. I expect them to get back on track. They're playing a lot of young guys now and preparing for 2024. But this is a game that they should win and win comfortably. There's a lot of games where there's massive advantages for teams on the run line, but the juice isn't that bad. This is one of those games. Toronto Blue Jays -1.5 or about -125 in this spot. Toronto's going to hit a lot of home runs off Chris Flexen, especially in Colorado here. He's given up 19 homers in 73 innings of work this season. Just really has not been that good, whether he's been with the Seattle Mariners or the Colorado Rockies. 1-6 on the season with a 6.94 ERA and a 1.74 WHIP. It just blows my mind that pitchers have a WHIP that high. We don't usually see a 1.74 WHIP, so that jumps out off the page there. Toronto's hit 23 more homers than Colorado this season. They've scored 17 runs in their past 3 games. They are feeling it at the plate. And I do think Hyun-Jin Ryu is actually going to have a pretty decent day against this Colorado Rockies offense. They've been very inconsistent. They have been a team that can show up at times, right? But overall, you got to look at what they've done just consistently. They have not been an offensive juggernaut by any means. He's 3-1 with a 2.25 ERA and a 1.0 WHIP in 24 innings of work. So been very efficient in a short time on the mound here. He can keep the Rockies off balance. And again, prime run line spot for the Toronto Blue Jays because they're on the road and guaranteed those 9 at-bats. Especially being at Coors Field as well. There's a lot of times opportunities for them to strike and hit the long ball, and that just helps them cover the run line here. Yeah, you can't really look at the pitchers for Baltimore and say they don't have a chance to win because their offense has just been so good. They bail these guys out night after night. It's amazing what the Orioles have done this season. Both teams have a lot to play for coming into this game. Baltimore's trying to secure that American League East title, and then the Diamondbacks are a half game back in the National League wildcard conversation. So Arizona has been a little more inconsistent than Baltimore. Again, it's just amazing to see what the Orioles have done night after night after night. They continue to win. They continue to beat good teams. Cole Irvin's one of the average pitchers on this Baltimore Orioles staff. There's a lot of them, 1-3 with a 4.78 ERA and a 1.36 WHIP. 64 innings on the mound this year. He has allowed 8 home runs, which not ideal. The home run rate's a little higher than I'd like to see, but Baltimore's offense is going to help make up for his mistakes, especially facing Zach Davies in this game. Going to pitch for Arizona. He has not been good. 1-5 with a 6.93 ERA and a 1.6 WHIP. So it just shows that short money line for Baltimore here is a very fair price when you're looking at Davies. He's walked 29 batters in 62 innings. The walk rate is through the roof. So I expect Baltimore to feast off Davies. And Arizona really has just not been that good at the plate as of late. They've only scored 5 runs in their past 3 games against the Dodgers. I know it's against the Dodgers, but bottom line is if you can't score against the Dodgers, you're going to have a hard time beating the Baltimore Orioles because they're going to score a lot of runs here. So I'm looking at a cold offense against a very hot offense with a better pitcher on the mound. Take the Baltimore Orioles here.